Hello, my name is Grace Olubodi from Nutrition from Body and Mind, and I'm doing this video because John's asked me to do a video and he's asked me to put it up on this forum. Now, he's asked me to do this last week. Well, he said I should do it by this week, and that was last week. Today's Saturday night. It's, I think, 11 p.m. Actually, I don't have a wristwatch on me. I was looking at the time. It's about 11 p.m. now, and I'm actually trying to do this video because I can't go back to John with another question, which I already have, but I can't go back to him, obviously, without actually doing this video and answering this question. So, okay, so one of the questions that people ask me the most is, you know, because I talk a lot about lack of nutrition in our diets, and I talk about how a lot of the health problems nowadays, obesity, cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, stroke, cholesterol, digestive problems, arthritis, Crohn's disease, you know, a lot of them, heart disease, a lot of these things are diet related, you know, and basically, if your doctors say that if we're concerned with any one of them, we need to be concerned about all of them, because they're all linked to, you know, our diets, and they're linked to each other, really. And even with the few ones, with the tiny amounts that are hereditary, the first thing your doctor would say to anybody, even with a hereditary disease, would be, you know, eat this and eat that, or what's your diet like? You know, apart from the medication they'll get given. So again, diet is a very key factor. Now, so one of the questions that people normally ask me is, well, you know, how come our grandparents ate the same foods though, and they didn't die? You know, they also ate beans like I'm eating. They ate potatoes. They ate, you know, vegetables. You know, and everything else. Now, the answer is that the foods that they were eating then is not the same foods that we're eating now. In fact, we've lost a lot in the growing process, just from foods that they were eating then. When they got foods in their back gardens, they had enough nutrition in their foods to cook it in all the wrong ways, to cook it in whatever ways they wanted to, and still get nutrition out of it. But we've lost nutrition before we even start cooking our foods. You know, so by the time we then buy our foods and get the foods to our houses, and then start cooking it, the problem is that we then cook it in all the wrong ways and lose even more nutrition out of it. But really, what we can do for ourselves and our children now, the best thing we can really do is to get that little nutrition that's left in the food. Because nowadays there's a whole lot of stuff. There's a genetically modified food, the fast foods. There's, you know, I mean, heart disease didn't exist 100 years ago, and it probably existed, but it wasn't. I don't think you even heard the term heart disease coined for it. Cholesterol is a totally different. You know, it's a separate field nowadays on its own. You know, it's a separate sector. You know, and it's a billion, probably billions that have been made on cholesterol medication. You know, stroke is also a man-made disease in most cases. A lot of it as well is fats, you know, in our foods and that we're cooking with. You know, so I talk about how to keep the nutrition in the food so that our foods is natural medicine. And I hope that answers the question. So, just to recap, the reason that what our parents ate, or what our grandparents ate, and what we're eating now, even though it's the same foods, we don't get the same amount of nutrition. We get a lot less than they were getting. You know, as a matter of fact, a lot of homes nowadays lose up to 85% of nutrition in their foods just by the way they prepare and cook the food alone. And that's why there's so many health problems. That's why people go to bed tired and wake up tired. That's why children can't concentrate at school. You know, there's so many health problems, and you know it's getting worse and worse. It's really because of the lack of proper nutrition in our diets, and this is what World Health Organizations say as well. Okay, so that's the question. If you'd like to know any more, you can contact me very easily. You can find me on Facebook, Grace Olubodi. I'm on Twitter as well, Grace E. Togan on Twitter. And thank you.